I think I'm personally fiercely competitive.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not healthy.
Are you competitive with your business partner, like in terms of who bills more?
Yes. She constantly is saying we're a team. And I'm like, yeah, we are, but have I built more?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I know we're a team. Sadly, though, she's built way more than me
Has
this year.
she?
I know, it kills me inside. I'm like, I'm not winning this year at all, but she's amazing.
Glenn, you're not on beers? No. Yes. Wow. Yeah. Love that.
She can work here.
Right, Rebecca from Urban Digital, thank you very much for travelling to see us.
No, thank you for having me.
Amazing effort, I love that.
Yeah.
So good. Tell us about Urban Digital.
So Urban Digital was launched in 2020. I was really planning on having my own agency for a while, but never quite had the balls to do anything about it. And the year before, I'd been brainstorming kind of what I wanted to do. And I reached out to my now business partner and asked, would she join me on this venture? And we decided to launch, but it was 3 weeks before the pandemic.
No.
Yeah. So
literally March.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we actually launched on Independent Women's Day, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember the date. International Women's Day, and it was all planned around it being female independent, working women, working mums, and then we all went into a national lockdown. So that wasn't ideal. But so we had to pivot. The reason I'm giving you the backstory is we then had to basically put our whole business plan in the bin.
Yeah.
Because it was just null and void.
Well, how come?
Well, we were going to work for the media digital companies that we were familiar with, that we'd worked with for many years, and they were making layoffs everywhere. And so we genuinely pivoted overnight and had to identify where and who was recruiting in a global pandemic.
Who was?
Not many people.
Yeah, I was going to say,
predominantly startups.
Yeah.
So that is where the story began.
Okay.
So we identified that those that had just secured funding still had funding and still had responsibilities to their investors. So we really went in hard on that area and we generated money. Not anything like we had envisaged for year one, but given the circumstances. And it was really fun, actually.
Was it?
Yes, because I think when you've got very low expectations because the world's crashing around you and you get any win, you're so proud of yourself and it's so exciting. And we were a startup, we still are. And we found we had such an authentic alignment to these clients. It was like, we're really small and trying to make money. You're really small and trying to make money. We get it. Let us help you find that talent. Yeah. And of course, there was a lot of talent. And we really, really built and scaled up from there.
How did you, so obviously with there being so much talent on the market, how were you identifying people that were good against people that were maybe just needed a job?
It was quite apparent because there was so much panic with people during that period. And a lot of people I had emotional calls with people where they were, I can't pay my mortgage. I'm really, and of course, that doesn't shape who you pick. Obviously you empathize, but actually we really spent a lot of time focusing on the cultural fit. Okay. So when you've got a flooded market of candidates and they're all equally able to do the job, what really matters, and we've learned more about this as we've grown, you need to find people that get the agile, scrappy startup world, and a lot of people don't. They say they do.
What is that world like?
So it's people that are able to wear many hats.
Yeah, okay.
So, in a small business, very small business, they may have been hired to be a commercial manager.
Yeah.
But they may have to get involved with analytics one day and a bit of marketing another because there isn't the staff for that. And it's people that are not precious and they will do that. And also people that are really, they believe in the end vision of the company. It isn't a Google. So they're not joining a brand that's established. Yeah. There isn't a foosball table or whatever people used to have. There isn't any of that. You're in a tiny little office, possibly fully remote. Yeah. there are no benefits because they're only a startup. So it's all about buying into what the company will become.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we really have enjoyed. It's selling our clients' vision
Yeah.
to those audiences.
Is that what your like speciality is, like communicating that like startup or kind of scale up vision and then kind of marketing it to your candidates?
100%. Yeah. I think it's storytelling. But I think because we authentically get very excited about this space. So it's not hard. Like when we are quite particular. So if we had a client come to us and their product was really left and something we didn't really get, I don't think we'd work with them.
Really?
Yeah, depending.
Yeah, I know how much they try.
On the commercials. But the clients we do work with have really cool stuff.
Really?
You know, they're building amazing things with AI. They're doing machine learning products. This amazing software that's going to actually impact the industry. And I get, and I know my business partner Laura does as well, these products or services that are being made from the ground up. It's kind of like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so kind of moving to present day then, obviously that period of time during 2020, that first year, must have built up a huge amount of resilience. And
yes, it did. I mean, just a little bit more context, I was living with my daughter in London as we went into the pandemic, and my family live in the Cotswolds, and said, we're going into a lockdown, you should come and live with us so you've got garden and space. And I remember saying, everyone's making such a fuss about nothing. I was like, I don't need to move. Anyway, I reluctantly took my 3-year-old and we moved. I'm glad I did. And anyway, I found that I ended up building our business from my mum's spare bedroom.
Did you?
So I worked and slept in the same room for a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
I drank a lot.
I think everyone did through lockdown, to be fair. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I did.
Hence the alcohol literally everywhere in the office.
I was like, we're going to open this. But it was really, really hard, and there were times where, obviously, I'd quit a full-time job to launch this business, and there were days where I'm like, what have I done? I don't know. I think the thing is, I'm very stubborn. Very determined. And I think that it was never not going to work. But I was very fortunate that my family let me live with them for free. So I would never have managed if I had to continue paying my London bills. So I suppose I had a support network.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's very cool. So the business at the moment, what size are you?
So we've been going for 5 years now, and we have scaled the team up and scaled the team back down. So at the moment, there are 4 of us. We have ops, a marketer, and myself and my business partner. We did have more recruiters, but we were more profitable without them. It's been a real learning, because we were like, we need more people and then we'll be really, really successful. And we spent all this time managing, and national insurance has gone up. Actually, we utilize a lot of AI.
Okay.
So we've decided our entire approach is to work smarter, not harder. Kind of works. So it's about playing to our strengths, which is why it was really important to us that we're able to outsource to our ops manager, who does loads of the officey stuff. And we have a marketer now who is amazing and is going to be working on more of the kind of go-to-market branding, lead gen, and we've also used, so I suppose we've lent on external suppliers that know what they're doing better than we do, so we can focus on just recruiting, because we also have a lead gen service that we're just in the process of signing. We had one before who will do our outreach for us.
So are they doing calling, or?
It's targeted LinkedIn, email on our behalf, which we still do a huge amount of personal outreach. But we need to cover more ground, and there's only 2 of us.
So it's quite rare for, I suppose, a business of that size to have a dedicated marketing function. Why do you feel that's important, like, for the success of a business?
I think it's critical. I probably feel like that as well because I hire for marketing roles all the time. And so I hugely buy into their purpose.
Yeah.
And I really believe if you haven't got a voice, you haven't got a brand that people are aware of,
Yeah.
you know, who you just cold, you're nothing. It's just harder.
Yeah.
Not nothing. It's just harder.
Yeah, yeah.
So I really believe in thought leadership. I think it's really important to have personal branding as well. Laura and I have our own backstories, and we are very different to each other. I always sort of joke that we're yin and yang, which is why we work so well.
Yeah.
But I think people buy from people.
Yeah.
So if we just keep banging on about urban digital, I mean, we do.
Yeah.
But actually, I also think we need to market who we are.
Completely agree.
And what we're trying to achieve and what motivates us, and hopefully for clients to resonate and want to partner with us.
You mentioned using AI a lot.
Yes.
A lot of recruiters are very scared of it and very critical. I would say we're healthily cynical of the whole AI world at the moment.
Okay.
What are you using?
Okay, well, we have quite a few tools, which is all about speeding up our time. So we have, of course, ChatGPT. I don't know who doesn't, but for that, what we do, it's really, really good for compiling all our top candidates, for example, and then getting it organized and ordered into the top ones. So it speeds up our time. We don't rely on it.
Yeah.
It's an administrative tool.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's just one example. For many, many different reasons, we would also use it for how to BD a competitive set better.
Okay.
So
how does that work?
So you would literally input into ChatGPT the niche of a new target client, a new client we've won.
Yeah.
That perhaps, because obviously we deal with tech startups, scale ups. So sometimes these are products that we've never heard of before.
Yeah.
And it's actually then asking Chat who operates in the similar space.
Yeah.
What businesses complement that market to give us direction on where to headhunt.
Wow.
Yeah, it's game changer.
That is a game changer. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's really good. And it's so good that we're actually looking to build our own AI tool.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, I think given our learnings over the last 5 years, we've realised that recruitment agencies in the traditional sense are quite fairly expensive.
Yes.
Like I think there's a reason behind that cost because of the labour intense that goes. A lot of clients don't see that.
Yeah.
But I think we're valued at the right price point. But with our specific industry, we've realised thousands and thousands of startups, especially seed stage startups, they don't have 10 grand to spend on a role.
Yeah.
They don't. And we want to be so authentic with the supporting that industry that we've recently been brainstorming that we need to offer something else so that everyone has access to recruitment, but not access to recruitment as in whack a JD up and then it just looks for anybody who's happened to upload their CV, which does exist.
Yeah.
We're creating a hybrid solution which will incorporate the volume and the specific nature of AI in identifying a talent and inviting them to register with us at volume so that we will then qualify as human qualifying. So it's still headhunting. We rarely really rely on CVs in our ATS.
Well, application, as in like...
Oh, applications are great. But we've got thousands of candidates that are on our database, which will be considered, but we will never just rely on that. We always headhunt. I would say probably 80% of our roles are filled by us proactively.
Really?
Yeah.
With people you've never spoken to before?
Yeah.
Really? So I suppose that comes back to having a good personal brand and people awareness with your brand, because they're like, oh, okay, it's Rebecca. I know Rebecca from Urban.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well we're known yet, if I'm honest. I want that to be the case.
Yeah.
I think we just have, we're very clear about what we do and how we can help.
Yeah.
And with candidates, those that really want to work in this space, I think our messages are just compelling enough for them to reply. We get a really high response rate.
Wow.
And then we will register them. So this new solution will be a hybrid of utilising AI and minimising our front work.
Yeah.
Still offering the client that highly vetted, personalised service, and then supplying a shortlist.
Okay.
At that point, that product will end. So everything from that point on, booking the interviews, feedback, offer, is down to the client, which is why we're able to then offer that solution as a much, much lower price point.
Oh, wow. So it's like productizing what you can do and just offering it a portion of it.
Yep.
And so when we launch that?
It's looking to be January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So very soon.
Very soon. There's a lot of integration required, and it's very, very, we require an API integration with LinkedIn, which is hugely costly and timely. So there may be a halfway house while that's being done. But we just want to get on with it.
And is that something you feel your clients will be receptive to?
I think so, because I think what's difficult, and I've struggled with this, is doing the same thing every day and expecting a different result is, a sign of insanity, isn't it? Yeah. So, we're in a challenging market. The global economy is tough right now for many. Clients are losing customers. And I think for us to continue to go, this is our one service, our one solution, and it'll cost you 15 to 20%.
Yeah.
I think is a bit naive and a bit foolish. And so we decided we needed to offer something that would actually be affordable for the masses. And our main solution is still there. Which they can upgrade to.
Yeah.
So I think we've done some market research. We're still doing market research. And there's been a lot of interest in there being just an access to that high quality specialist talent. Because, we recruit specialist people that have come from a certain industry, have done a certain job, and have got a very specific cultural fit. You can't get them on Indeed.com and the similar ones. Needs a human. And some clients who haven't got the funds have gone, I'll just put an ad on LinkedIn. But then you've still got to go through 200-300 applications. Whereas if you buy this product from us, we'll do all that. And we'll target the right people, and we'll just give you a short list of 5.
And then they go and do the rest.
Yeah, they do the rest.
I think very good, very clever.
So fingers crossed.
Yeah, 100%, very entrepreneurial.
Hope it is successful.
Yeah, amazing. So thinking back over the last few years, have you had any, I suppose, interesting stories? And it doesn't have to be successful; it could be something negative potentially. Okay.
Yes, one jumps to mind straight away.
I'm so excited for this one. I wait to tee this one up.
So we were really proud to partner with an amazing creative content agency that was led by a very famous founder. And it was amazing working for that brand. Everyone knew who they were, very innovative, and we were super proud to be be their partner. And they only had 2 recruitment agencies working with them, and we were one of them.
Mad question, sorry to interrupt you. Like a company of that stature, why do they need to use agencies?
Good question. But they had so much volume of recruitment. At that point, they didn't have an internal recruitment team. They had one person, more HR. Because again, their stage of growth, they hadn't brought it in-house yet. They now have.
Yes,
Sadly. But they hadn't. And so they needed access to this talent. Again, they needed them to be proven in a startup capacity, have demonstrated growing a product from 0 to 1, lots of hustle, long hours. It's not a 9 to 5. And they couldn't find that just on a job board.
Of course.
So we were doing the legwork, which is actually quite interesting for this story. So there's one particular role that had been open for, honestly, I think about a year. We didn't get it. We joined them in the August, and so we'd worked it for, let's say, I think it must have been August to the November. And there was a lot of very specialist requirements about the role. And the key thing as well, they wanted them to work 5 days a week in the office. We haven't got a single client that wants that, not one, except this company. They also had a very extensive interview process, which included, wasn't a personality test, but there was like a questionnaire format. Then there was the face-to-face. There was lots of face-to-face and video. It was extensive.
Quite intense.
It was. It was very intense. It was. I used to work at Google, and I think theirs was easier than this.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, but they knew what they wanted. They wanted the best of the best, and they were prepared to wait for it. But being such a high profile brand, there's a lot of interest in that company in social media.
Yeah.
And what we found is there was one candidate in particular that was also quite a big TikTok influencer, and they didn't get this role. So we never actually dealt with them directly. So we're quite sure that this person had worked with their HR person or another agency for this company beforehand.
Yeah.
But they took themselves to publicly talk about the company, and they were quite damning. They were damning in the process, the timeline. They were very sarcastic about the founder and some of their morals and ethics that they've been PRing that this person didn't see materialize in the interview process.
Yeah.
Whether they're right or wrong, they took that opinion to TikTok. But they also were quite scathing about specifically, what they'd heard about other people who had interviewed and the recruitment. And then they mentioned the recruiters that were working for this agency. They never named these recruiters. So it could have been the people prior to And when we went through our log, we never had comms with this person. This person was commenting on the volume of messages that they had received repeatedly about the same role, and they were almost laughing and mocking the fact that it couldn't be filled. It was an unfillable role. And they also said that having spoken to some of the recruiters, they had heard that they were at their wits' end, that the recruiters were struggling and were disheartened. And anyway, this went public and viral. And
how viral are we talking?
Oh, I should have got the numbers for you. It was pretty epic.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, look, they didn't name anybody.
I actually genuinely think I have seen that video, by the way. I think I've seen it.
Yeah, it was huge. And so much so that the agency phoned us and was really angry. And what's quite sad, and I shouldn't really admit this on a podcast, but I don't have TikTok.
Do you not?
No, I know I work in the industry, but I need to minimize my social platforms.
It's a good decision.
Yeah, well, that was why, because it's like a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be on it. So I don't have it. So I got this call saying, "Have you seen the content?" And I was like, "No." I had to download TikTok to watch it, and then I was like, and I really I didn't really understand, because it wasn't really. It was clearly not about us.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, they needed a scapegoat, because I believe internally what they needed to do was demonstrate an action had been taken.
Yeah, of course.
And I understand that as a corporate, growing business, that they wanted to be able to say to their board, we've done something about that.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter what we said. They said that, they felt we must have been talking negatively to candidates about the process and negative. None of that makes sense, because we work on a contingency basis. Yeah. So I'm not sure why any.
Shoot yourself in the foot, wouldn't you?
I mean, we tried to explain that. Look, it was a lost cause.
Yeah.
They'd made their decision. They needed to be seen to take action, and sadly, we've never worked with them since.
That's really bad.
It is, and we knew a lot of the senior management team, and we actually had calls with them afterwards. But no, decision was made.
Was it quite financially impactful for the business?
Yeah, it was. We'd been supporting them for quite some time, and they were all senior roles. So we had interviews in play as well, which they saw out. But I think it was. It really impacted us financially, because they'd become quite we'd had lunch with them, we'd been out with them, we'd made many placements, and that then just stopped.
How do you kind of that's obviously a really shit scenario, but you've done nothing wrong there, literally been chucked under a bus, so there's a massive feeling of injustice. How do you bounce back from that and dust yourself off? What do you do?
Good old whinge and a moan. It was really hard, actually, because we felt really hard done by. Because it was, and it kind of made us feel you're questioning our morals and our ethics, and we're really quite straight shooters. And if we had done something wrong, we would say we had, because that's who we are. We build our business on trust. And so it just felt a bit murky.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is the reason why in our industry you've got to have a lot of clients.
Yeah.
You've just got to keep on going. You never know when a client's going to pull roles or go under, or lose clients. I think it's taught us that you can never be reliant.
Yeah.
I don't think cash cows exist so much these days, sadly.
No. What makes you a great recruiter?
I think I'm personally fiercely competitive.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not healthy.
Are you competitive with your business partner, like in terms of who bills more?
Yes, she constantly is saying we're a team, and I'm like, yeah, we are, but have I built more?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I know we're a team. Sadly, though, she's built way more than me
Has
this year.
she?
I know, it kills me inside. I'm like, I'm not winning this year at all. But she's amazing, and so good. But yeah, I think, but it fuels me. So I will look at the numbers and see, as an agency, we're doing well. But she's put in this much, she's closed more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, right, I'm going to work longer tomorrow. I'm going to work all Saturday, and I will.
Yeah.
To get more business done and endeavour to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Not really because it is a competition, it kind of is, but that's what makes us make so much money.
Yeah.
Because I'll be satisfied, and all the while she's still making more money.
Yeah.
So I'm like always trying to.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not like that, but this year it's been like that.
How are you winning new business at the moment?
We get a lot of success with referrals and recommendations.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, people buy from people. People trust introductions. So we are fortunate that that's been a big factor. But aside from that, it's cold BD.
Do you still do cold BD?
We don't, but we are using this automated service to do it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely happening. No, we work our warm network.
Okay.
Who do they know? Who can they intro us to? And that's my BD.
Yeah. So when in your world then, so obviously tech startups and scale-ups, like is it candidate driven? Like is your pain point bringing on new clients or finding candidates?
It's clients.
Is it?
Yeah, we need, because our problem is always the sort of same. It's justifying our value.
Yeah.
Because that people across all the industries, I assume, believe, I'll just put an ad on LinkedIn or an ad on Indeed and I'll get flooded and it's easy. Recruitment's easy.
Yeah.
And often what we have to do is let a client do that for them to then come back and go, can you now find the person, please?
Yeah.
So that's frustrating, but that's kind of a pattern. Also, a lot of our clients, because they're so early stage, they do not have the level of funding, and eventually a lot of them do bring in an internal recruiter.
Yeah.
We don't really work with many companies that have internal teams.
Really?
No, we sort of tap out at that point.
What? How come? Is that just purely because don't like the way internals work, or
no? And I actually just for the audience, I worked in internal recruitment for several years. Respect to everyone who does it. It's not for me.
No, me too.
But it's because we like building teams.
Yeah.
And shaping those early stage teams, and once they're all built and in play, then the internal recruitment team comes in. I mean, they take all the majority of roles then, don't they? And they give you bits.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't say no to them, but your volume drops dramatically.
Yeah.
So we tend to, once a client gets to about Series A, start again.
Yeah. So obviously having done internal before, and Jake did internal. And it's really funny because Dan and I are probably at the same mindset of you, of it being so different.
Hugely.
And I think he's just getting to see the difference between internal and agency. What do you think the main differences are?
Oh God, I'm going to get hated on it.
Why as agency recruiters are we so much better than internal?
I actually don't think it's a personality thing, I believe. So I've done internal recruitment for a massive MSP. and I've also worked in-house for Omnicom Media Group and Google. So I
Some
have
pretty big names there, then.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But so I suppose what I'm saying is I have done my time, and in each of those roles, it's brutal.
Really?
Brutal because you can't avoid your client.
Yeah.
You're in the room with them all the time.
Yeah.
But most importantly, the reason I struggled is I found it hugely admin. It felt like an admin role, particularly at Google. You know, I like the hunt, I like the hustle, I like the chase. A lot of the big brands that I worked for, they're inundated with applications. So that to a degree, you're just a resourcer, but with a really good pay salary. You know,
that's what we said. It's almost like you're choosing the best person from the applications, as opposed to the best person on the market,
100%.
which is what you do now, right?
And that's why we do 80% of our roles are filled by a headhunt. And that's, I think, possibly one of our USPs. We hunt out the best in market. We look at who we already have, of course we do, but actually, if they're not in that immediate pond, we go find them.
Yeah. So headhunting, right? I've worked in a retained agency, and I know you can call it search or headhunt or whatever. How do you headhunt?
So, I mean, LinkedIn is my best friend. We have like all the bells and whistles. I think we own part of LinkedIn now. It feels like anyway. Just lots of very targeted outreach, and then immediately get them on the phone.
Right. Okay.
So it's all. I mean, it sounds so straightforward. It's not a special formula. You know, we are very clear on the criteria the client has asked for.
Yeah.
I think we have, because Laura and I have been in recruitment for 20 years or so each. That I think we've just learned to home in on the Boolean search.
Yeah.
Like we're really, really on it. When a client's like, when somebody's giving me a brief, I'm hearing words, I'm hearing keywords. And I'm thinking how that could be pieced together. And then again,
exactly what I do.
Yeah.
You pick out those words, and I can't remember. Yeah.
Exactly. And then that's kind of what you're shaping. And it's not always the obvious, like the job title. Sometimes I don't even put the job title in.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for the skills.
Yeah.
But also, that's when chat and AI help. It's kind of, it pushes my knowledge. So if a client is in a B2B SaaS environment and they really want this niche specialist, what other markets complement that I could headhunt in that would be just as capable?
Yeah.
So I like to think that we're detectives.
Yeah. I see it like that as well. Like it is proper detective work, isn't it? And when you get someone on the phone, right? So you've done the hard graft of searching, identified someone, like, but actually before you get them on the phone, how are you turning someone's head at the moment of emails? Because we struggle. So we've actually ditched LinkedIn now. Because
I suppose because you're targeting recruiters though.
Yeah, we use something called MetaView. But the in-mail rate we found, so last year our in-mail rate was about 35% response rate. So really good, because we take the time to write a proper message, not just a bullshit. But this year it went down to about 12%, doing the same thing, right? So something's clearly happened in that, right? So how are you getting people on the phone?
I don't know. Our messages just must resonate. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Again, they're really bespoke.
Yeah.
And we do very, like, one thing we don't mass message people. We might send it to 50 people and that is it. But those 50 have been highly identified. They do match the brief. Therefore, it's a relevant message. We sell the benefits quite quick. So I think we're selling, the subject matter is really important. So the subject is usually very quick to the point.
So like, I don't know, tech startup, 80k salary, remote.
Exactly, fully remote. But then we go into details like, reinventing AI and prop tech. Kind of that gets people like, ooh, what's that? I think we always put like a little nugget there. Overhauling the way, SaaS is in ed tech. I don't know, making this up. It's just something, it's kind of like a teaser. Beyond just the normal, this is the job and the salary. But look, don't get me wrong, I'm quite sure there's quite a lot, if I was to actually look, that haven't replied to me, but we get such a good standard of response that I'm fine. And again, I ask in all my messages for a referral. So in all my headhunt messages, if this isn't right for you, who do you know?
Yeah.
And and we will pay for a successful introduction.
That's nice.
That converts to a placement.
Do you?
Yeah.
And do you mind me asking what you pay?
It varies on seniority, but between 500 and £1,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's because most of the time it's, oh, yeah, here's £100 Amazon vouchers.
Yeah, no.
That's superb.
Well, you need to. That's the thing. We're just learning about the market. Money talks.
Yeah.
We do the same for client intros as well.
Do you?
They can go to charity though, or they can take the cash.
Like, yeah, have a cash, please.
Yeah, I mean, we always say charity. Not many have picked that route.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So we've heard a horror story with this this entrepreneur.
Yes.
Tell us a positive story.
Oh, we do have lots actually. Lots of good stories. Otherwise, I think I'd have jumped up a bridge by now.
Yeah.
But one that jumps out that I'm quite proud of is for anyone in my industry, so the digital tech, AI, entrepreneurial startup space, they'll be familiar with South by Southwest.
Okay.
It's a massive festival event which was launched in Austin, Texas. It's also in Australia now, and for the very, very, very first time, they've brought it to the UK. And my business partner was really good friends with a client of ours called Randall, who was she'd worked with at the factory, another client in Manchester, and he moved and took the MD role for South by Southwest London.
Yeah.
And contacted her. So again, thank you, Laura.
Wow.
And contacted her and said, you did such a great job for us at the factory. I'd really like to work with you again. And we pitched a retained package for all of their, I think it ended up being maybe 14 roles.
Wow.
Yeah, the key specific roles, marketing, commercial, lots of marketing roles actually, all for their South by Southwest London launch, which was in 2024. And yeah, it was amazing being part of such a big new activity in the capital. Would compete against Cannes, the Cannes Media Festival, and also like Ad Week, and it was kind of that space.
Wow.
So it was really cool, and we got to work with some amazing people. They were very much startup hustle.
Really?
Yeah, it was. The roles were evolving by the day, and they were kind of discovering who they wanted, like on the job. And we went to the event, which was a week in East London. The most I've ever spent in that part of town, if I'm honest. Yeah, that was just.
Which part of East London was it in?
Little Hackney way.
Oh yeah. Very cool.
Very cool. Very much. Hence why I've never been there before.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? This isn't W1. But that was amazing to be part of it. And we had a pass, which was a luxury for us to be able to have that guest pass and could attend everything, and it was just one of those, you felt part of a community. And they're obviously rolling again for this year, June. Let me get my date. Oh no, it was 2025. It was this year. It was this year. So
wow.
You said that.
Yeah.
It was 2025. It was June this year. I can't believe that. I think that we've lost a year already, but and 2026 will be their second year.
Superb. So going forward then, the future for Urban, obviously you're going to be heavy, you're going to productize this AI offering.
Yes.
What else? What waves are you going to make?
We aspire to be the go-to agency specifically for tech startups and scale-ups. So we're not a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
We don't work with corporates. We don't work with many companies that are Series B over. I don't think we have any of those anymore. And so we just want to really niche down.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see more content. We'll have more of a voice.
Yeah.
I'd like us to attend more events and have more of a presence in the space. And whilst at the moment we attend things and we're just kind of viewing, I think for us to maybe brand and partner, I'd like to start stepping that up a bit.
So the brand and the partnership stuff, is that with clients in your industry saying, look, cool.
Yeah, and events in our industry as well. Also, I am a very big advocate for female leaders and women in leadership positions and the equality of all of that. So I would like to do more in that space as well. It's just the hours in the day. You know, we have great ideas. It's just we need more time, which is why having a marketer is really important to us.
How like, just on that the time piece, because I'm exactly, I've got obviously young family, like it's so hard, isn't it? To do everything, because you have all these ideas, but like finding the time to execute them is so difficult. Like how are you doing it so successfully at the moment?
Oh, well, it's very, very polite of you to say successfully. Doesn't always feel that way. It's hard. So I'm a single mum, and I juggle that aspect alongside the business, which any other single parents will understand how hard that is. So I tend to just work extensive hours. So when she's gone to bed, I nearly always go back online. Every other weekend, my daughter goes to her dad's, and I do spend most of those Saturdays working.
Do you?
Yeah, because you've never got enough hours. But if I'm being really honest, I don't think that's great for my well-being, and I do need to get a better balance. I have a very bad balance at the moment. I'm aware of that, and I do think sometimes you can work unproductively.
Yeah, agree.
So you're just working for the sake of working. I do know I need to find a balance. I think it's also about leaning on people that are better than you in other tasks.
So Laura.
Yeah, Laura. Thanks, Laura.
We'll edit that out as well.
Yeah, edit that out. No, yes, Laura's better at billing than me. She'll love this. But also, like I said, just homing in on what you're good at. Like I run most of the ops for our company in the sense of strategy, tools, that sort of thing. Whereas, like I said, Laura is amazing with clients. And you know, I will beat her one day. I will beat her one day. But we've split our roles, is what I'm saying, and I think that's helped us gain more time. And we give a lot of work to our ops manager. So sometimes I find myself knee deep in a lead gen task which requires data entry. Like, what am I doing this for? I'm a recruiter, and I have no idea how to do this. I don't even know how to use Excel. So it's recognizing where your weaknesses are and don't waste time on it. Outsource all the way.
So you're a big advocate of outsourcing?
Hugely. Yeah. Right. And I know it comes at a cost, but you can get VAs. There are ways to do things. You can have part-time support. I just think you can't do it all. It took me a while to get to there, but I really believe in it now. And it's also okay to know where your strengths and your own weaknesses are. And I joke about it, but you know, knowing that you're far better at one project than another means that you can split that out.
Do you know what? It took me so long to realise that giving up elements of work and I suppose getting someone to do it was so good. It made a huge difference to me. And we had a VA for a while called Sarah, who was just a godsend, like a genuine godsend. And we, she was so amazing. And I've referred her to so many people because of how good she is. But,
well, we're like that. Ours is called Louise. She's amazing. And we'd be lost without her. And even just things like reminding us, like I go on a client meeting and without prompting, she'll WhatsApp me with my tickets. I haven't had to ask, but she knows I will forget. She knows I won't know where they are, or I can't find them in my inbox. So she's just proactive.
That's amazing.
And it's that sort of support I need. I wish she could do my personal PA work as well. Maybe I could, Louise. But so that's really important, outsourcing and help.
Amazing. So broadly speaking now, what advice or what wisdom would you impart on fellow recruiting business owners? Big question.
Yeah, big. I think what I've really come to understand this year is if you can't manage the highs and the lows, this isn't for you. Because the highs are amazing, but the lows are really tough. And I think it's being able to just bounce back, dust off, bounce back. And I just say, resilience, you've got to have it in bucket loads. I think you've got to really love the game.
You really do.
You really
What's been your biggest high this year?
this podcast.
Boom.
Hey.
It's a correct answer. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This greatest high this year, personally or professionally?
Either.
Or...
Whatever's made you most happiest?
Oh, God, that's quite sad.
Yeah,
I'm struggling to answer this. I'm really excited that we're going to be offering a new product line with the business. I think it's really going to help future-proof the way we work. So that's exciting. That's made me really upbeat for 2026. So yeah, I think that.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Your answers were incredible today.
Oh, thank
so
you.
good. It's been a pleasure having you on, and yeah, we wish you all the very best.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, you're welcome. Thank you.
Really nice.
Thank you.
Oh.
Boom. Well done.
All right.
So good.
Yeah.
Honestly, so good.